Hello and welcome to Let's Dance with Charlotte Elizabeth. That's me. So this podcast is going to cover everything from dance, health, fitness. I will include how to prepare for your first dance for your wedding or using that kind of scenario for special occasions. There will be planning hen parties and ideas for planning hen parties, but the main focus of this podcast is dance. I am the owner of Feel the Beats UK, and I'm going to get you all moving. So let's get on with the show. Hello, and welcome to the latest episode. So you'll notice a bit of a change of background. I'm back in the living room, and I realised that this week I've really put off recording my episode, and it reminded me of a conversation that I've had this week about perfectionism, and actually, it's a myth. We get, as business owners, we get in our head that any kind of recorded content, we've got to have our hair and our makeup and all this jazz. And yeah, there are times where we will do that, but actually it stops us doing a lot of things. So I am really leaning into the messy action this year, and I promise I do wash my hair. It just seems that every time I record an episode, my hair's a mess. So I promise the next episode, my hair will look better. And obviously, if you're listening to this, it's going to sound really weird. So you'll have to hop over to YouTube and see what kind of state my hair's in. But I'm really playing into the messy action. So today you've got me from my living room. You can maybe hear the beer fridge whirring away and the other weird sounds that this flat makes. But hey, so today I wanted to talk to you more about the line dance class. And I know I spoke in depth about it on the last episode, but I've really been kind of digging into why I wanted to do it, and some of the objections that have come up and that I have handled. And we have people starting to book, which is just fantastic. I'm just going to close my emails before they start pinging away at us. So yeah, the first thing, it's from home. So something I don't talk very much about is my dyslexia, but also that from that, a level of anxiety that has come in. And I know some people say, oh, dyslexia and anxiety are two different things. And yes, they are. But I know that mine kind of intertwine. So trying anything new, going to somewhere where you don't know anyone is really hard. Add in the dyslexia of trying to pick it up. Nah, thanks. I'll stay at home. So that's why I've done it from home. Also, I'm building an online audience as well as a local audience, so naturally online. So you can do it from the comfort of home. And then everyone says, "Oh, but I haven't got lots of space." I don't have a lot of space either. If you look at any of my dance video content on my socials, I live in a flat, so I have limited capacity. So I know that you will have enough space to do these routines, these moves, because I don't have much space either. So if I can do it in my little space, you can do it in yours. And then the final one really is you can do it in your pajamas. Like me and my partner the other evening, we were sitting, we were both doing our work. He'd suddenly put a bit of a line dance track on. I was like, actually, let's put Country Girl on because you're telling me that these routines are really hard. And I'm there going, it's really not. Let me show you. And I'm in my PJs. He's like, and he still thinks it's really hard. I'm like, it's really not. Has a bit of a twist, but out of a lot of routines, it's not that hard. And then obviously we put Ed Sheeran Shivers. Simple. And we tried the Footloose one because there's a little move in the Footloose one that he can't get. And I was literally like, oh my God, I should be filming this because I'm doing it in my PJs. And if you want to do it in your PJs, you can. You're from home. The kids can join you, but also I have added in a replay option because not everyone can do a Wednesday at 6 p.m. So I'm adding a replay option. So even if you can't, sign up your £30 and you'll get the replays as long as you are signed up. So it's been a really good kind of realization this week, but also a realization of I need to talk about what I do a hell of a lot more. I find it really hard, and that's where my dyslexia comes in, that I get this block and I'm very surface level with it. Like I don't quite dig into the why you should do it, like why you should care, why book me and all that jazz. Um and yeah, it just like now I just had a brain blank of and that's how the dyslexia kind of affects me. Like people find it weird when I say I've got dyslexia because I'm quite good at remembering things and different, but it's situational. Like writing, draw a blank. Talking to an extent, I get a bit. Um, so yeah, it's been interesting to go the level that I have had to kind of really dig to get people aware that this exists. Even my partner turned around like when I messaged him, he's like, "What's this for?" And I'm like, dude, come on, listen. I talk about it all the time. And then I'm like, hang on, you live with me and you don't know what I'm doing. Ugh. Um, but yeah, it's insane. Um, and something else I realized this week from going networking, which is where I realized that I needed to add the replay in. I was breaking down my year and the things I want to achieve and how I'm going to achieve that and what different services have I got that can help me achieve that or where do I need to plug the gap and realize that there are other things that I don't talk about. So I don't really tell people about the book. You guys know because there's a whole episode on it, but I've done one episode on it, so there'll be more episodes about the book. I don't really tell people that I've got a podcast. So that needs to change. I've got a mini course based on the book. I've got different dance sessions available. I'm like, oh my God, I've got so much to offer, and I just don't tell people. Because I think I've told people enough, and then I realised that I really haven't because land dancing starts next Wednesday, and some people still don't know about it. And I'm not really sure where this episode is going, but hey, we're gonna roll with it. That's where we're going. Messy action. So you are literally seeing my brain process, or gonna hear my brain process as I go along. That I've come in to talk about messy action. That I'm recording this from my living room. There's not really a script or anything to this. The realizations of how to promote my services and that, yeah, I have dyslexia. And maybe I'll do a whole episode on that, on kind of how I discovered dyslexia, kind of, or rather how it was discovered in me and how late it was on my coping strategies and actually how dance does help, but also hinders a little bit. So yeah, short and sweet again, messy action. As always, if there is something particular that you want me to talk about, whether it's dance, confidence, my life, my chaotic life, whatever that may be, let me know because there isn't much plan with the podcast as such. Like there is a plan, but there's not a plan, kind of. So, yeah, I'd love to know what would you want? What do you want to hear? And sign up for line dance. I will put the link in the show notes again. I hope you're well, and I'll catch you on the next episode.